Hey everybody, how you doing? What a wacky election that was, huh? But congratulations to President-elect Donald Trump. And I know if you're a Hillary supporter, I'm sorry, but I'm glad she's out of here. No more of that crap. So now that we have Trump as the president-elect, this little book that I have here is going to be worth something one day, and he's signed on the inside. Let me show you. There you go. That's a real signature right there. That's not printed. So we have this book by Donald Trump, and anyway, glad that election's over. Now it's time to get down to business and work on our amp. And for Don, if you're watching, Edie did a great job. She was really there, so cool. Anyway, folks, let me show you what's going on with this amp. Be right back. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Thursday night. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I want to start off by saying I wish all veterans a great day tomorrow, and I thank each of you for your service to this country. Without veterans, we wouldn't have our freedoms and our liberty that we have today. So thank you so much. So I want to jump in on where I am with this thing. You'll see I haven't gotten very far. I have this tube I have to install right here. And that's going to get mounted on the upside. I have the adapter that I mentioned, so that's going to get installed there. But I've been struggling with how I'm going to wire this thing up. And if you recall, I had this board which I was going to put here, and I was maybe going to do something like this, and try to do it that way so I can keep the wires going to these tubes and these wires going to these knobs which I've installed. And I've tried to figure it out on paper how I was going to handle it, and just kept struggling. So to kind of show you how I've approached it, I took a look here, and I drew this out, and I have all my controls here, and you'll see there's 1, 2, 3. This is the volume normal, volume bright, treble, bass, mid, and presence. And this rectangle you see here corresponds to this. And you'll see by using this board, I can only attach to 3 of the knobs. I don't have any more room. I'm out of turrets. And if I try to attach the rest of these knobs here to these, I'm going to be crossing wires all over the place. I really don't want to do that, because that's how you get noise into the system. So then I thought about putting these like this, and maybe staggering them somehow. And I have the same problem. I only have 13 across here, and I don't have enough connections. So I really gave it a lot of thought, and I'm up to a plan B. And I think what I'm going to do is, instead of using a turret board on this, I'm going to use a printed circuit board like I did on the very first amp I built, which was a Fender Champ, the first one. And I'm going to use a circuit board because then I can get all the components on there and not worry about spacing, right? Because these turret boards have a lot of space in between them. And you know, my biggest problem here is space. I don't have a lot, right, to put all the components in. So here's what I came up with. Sorry about that, I had a battery issue. So this is what I came up with. And this is a circuit card. And the traces aren't all connected. They're all individual traces. So I'll have to do a fair bit of connecting underneath the board. But you'll see that I have, how many positions do I have here on this thing? Let's see if I can read it. I've got A through a lot. A through Y. This thing is huge. So anyway, I have plenty of connections to go across here. And then what I did is I attached these 2 smaller boards to the top. And I used a hookup wire here, and here, and here, and soldered in the connections. And then I did the same thing on the reverse side. So this thing is solid as a rock. Everything's connected together. This is not going anywhere. And my plan is to mount the board like this. I have a little trouble with one hand here. My plan is to mount the board something like this, inside. And let me move that light so it doesn't glare. And by doing that, I'm utilizing all the maximum space that I have available, right? Which is cool. I'll be able to run wires off of this board to the tubes, same here, and I'll have plenty of room to connect all of these volume controls. So this is the plan, and you know, these things are pretty handy. Like I said, I can mount the components very, very close to each other here and not have to worry about it. So that's how I'm going to attack this one. I'm going to use this printed circuit card instead of the turret board, and I'll use the turret board on another project, I'm sure. So that's the update. So now I don't really have to worry about laying out components, which I was, trying to do with the other one. Just to show you what I'm up against here, these orange ones were the ones that were going to the turret board, and everything else was left flapping in the breeze. So I'll have plenty of connections here to use that circuit card, and the same thing up here. So tomorrow is a holiday, and I'll be off, and my plan is to start to populate this board with the needed components. I'm only going to use about this much space, which means I have a whole nother side of the board here that I can use for connections. I'll have to build a ground rail, which is fine, and I'll make sure that I keep everything isolated as best as I can. But that's the plan. So I'm interested on comments if you think I'm crazy or what. But that's the way I'm going to do it, and we'll see how it comes out. So tomorrow I'll be busy populating this board with some components. That's the update for now, folks. Again, if you're a veteran, God bless you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you in the next video. This is Ron.